Alright guys, welcome back to this part 7 of the New Game Plus Ivalice playthrough, and this basically just a little extra. As I said, just gonna give my thoughts on what's coming up, and also gonna be doing this extra quest, which by the way, this quest is required to activate New Game Plus, so it's pretty much as you can see, a part of it. The quest where you kind of get your payback. So as I mentioned throughout my runs, the company Thespian, the guy who was sympathetic to Garleans all the time, he's no longer here, because obviously we saw him in that cutscene. So at the end there, he was conspiring with the 4th Legion in bringing back the using the Tartars as a weapon and all that. So that's just that's what I was referring to whenever I said to pay it, remember him. But yeah, let's do this quest here. This time you can actually decline it, by the way, which is yeah, them learning, I guess, from their mistakes. Oh man, I just love this quest because your character just shows no chin at the end. And you get your little, I guess in a way you get your payback. As I said, this quest is pretty much worth doing. Because obviously you assume it's just another shitty fetch quest, but actually a little redemption arc going on here, so no wonder it's part of it. I'm pretty sure you don't need to complete this to unlock the relic quest line though. That comes soon in 5.25. I don't think it's gonna be part of it, but as I said, you do need to do it if you wanna play New Game Plus. But in any case, I recommend you guys doing this quest if you already haven't. It's pretty much worth it. Yeah, I'm gonna shut up now. Yeah, as I said, this quest is a bit goofy, but I think that was the last cutscene. Now we're basically just gonna give the bottles to that's deserve it, so to speak. Of course, we're gonna go to the guy who lost his friends and family from Dalmasca and all that. Yeah, I guess I might as well start talking about what I think they might do in the future. By the way, I think I'm gonna actually make one last episode, because most people probably want to go through all these like discussion videos with the gameplay and all that in between like the cutscenes. So I think I'll just do a little summary video of basically everything that happens, but in a chronological order and such. I mean, I'm really enjoying this, so I don't mind making like one extra video on top, you know. It's just a nice little a reminder for people again who don't want to dig through all this. Kinda cool that he finally gets a happy ending when I talk to him again. Yeah. Actually gets encouraged by you and all that. Actually, was there a cutscene here? Let me check it before I start talking more. Alright. Wait, does this actually oh, it doesn't give like a completion symbol or whatever? No achievement, nothing. Oh, I guess they didn't want to put any like achievements or any of the sort for the new game plus, so you don't feel forced to play through it. And as you saw, you don't get XP either. So yeah, let's talk about, so we know what's gonna be in 5.25, or rather we don't know much, I was gonna say, because you know, pretty much we know that it's gonna be a continuation of the Ivalice story. We know it's gonna involve Bozia, Citadel, and Yorotgar are also involved because they're trying to seek a weapon of legend, which is probably like save the Queen or Brunhilder to unite the people and all that. But yeah, we really don't know much aside from that. So of course, based on that, it's hard to speculate what's gonna happen. But I do have a few things to add. So we know that there's gonna be a triumph to unlock the relic quest line. So I think it's kind of a logical assumption that that we are gonna have to be, because based on that very last cutscene, right? It makes pretty much sense that we would have to fight Gabrans and the constructs in some way, like Construct 7 beefed up or whatever. And it's interesting because they said it's gonna be like an extreme difficulty trial, so I wonder how hard it's gonna be. Of course, I guess it's not always that simple, like even if we do fight Gabranto or like Construct 7, it's probably gonna feature some freaking ultimate form or some space flea from nowhere, but you know, that's just par for the course here in Final Fantasy development. But yeah, if you contrast the fact that like you just to unlock the relic area / relic quest line, you need to have not just completed all of this, like the Return to Ivalice quest, raid quest line, but also complete an EX level trial. If you contrast like the previous relics, where you basically just went and unlocked it with practically no prerequisites. Yeah, I think the idea is to make them like more coveted by raising the bar a bit to unlock and do the content, like making stuff less available to players this time around. I mean, obviously I don't think the trial is gonna be that hard, because if you look at like Ruby Weapon as an example of an EX trial, it wasn't mega hard, but it's nice to see something like this, in my opinion, making the content a bit more challenging, even though it's a relic. Like obviously it's gonna be grindy as fuck, but yeah, we'll see. I also had this idea for a similar kind of logogram system, where would I begin? So in FF Tactics, for those who don't know, one way to learn abilities is that you could let an unit die for an X amount of time and they would turn into a crystal. Well, that sounds funny in its own, and you may think, that's just a meme, like that won't be implemented. There is actually a connection there with FF14. Well, the thing I just described about, like in Tactics world, that's basically crystallization happening, right? And because the character turns into a crystal, hence crystallization. Now, the first thing that may come to your mind is, of course, probably how soul crystals work in FF14. But I think there's another connection, which is that in within FF14's world, in 1.0, as some of you may know, Midgard explodes basically and causes a like a ton of crystallization to happen because of all the ceruleum leaks and all that in the place, which makes Silver Tier Lake into this barren wasteland that we see in 2.0 onwards. You see a similar thing happening in Bosnia Citadel. Wouldn't be like unheard of, because obviously it's a Garlean place. There's gonna be a lot of ceruleum, and there was a big explosion there and all that. So yeah, then you just make some kind of plot device, probably through Geralt or Mikoto, who is like the scholar chick, the scholar aura chick from this relic quest, not relic, Ivalice quest line. And through that plot device you can just use to gather crystals to learn job skills, similar to logograms. I mean, you could also just make it Ivalice themed through something more simple, like maybe just a license board from 12, something like that. But I mean, regardless of how they implement it, I think we can all agree that it would be a big waste to not use the logogram-esque system again in some fashion, because it gives the players an ability to experiment with different things, and it does so without needing the devs to actually worry about balance, etc. Because obviously it's gonna be in an instance area excluded from the rest of the game, so you can just put in, like, I don't know, a nuke that does 5,000 damage to 20 yams around or whatever. I mean, we did see some kind of broken stuff in Eureka. Like, I love using Magic Burst as an example of a really cool skill. But yeah, I don't know. I think those are my thoughts of what happens in the 5.25 relic quest line. But again, it's hard to speculate further as of now, since we know so little. So I think I'm gonna conclude this episode, and therefore conclude the Ivalice New Game Plus playthrough. I hope you guys been enjoying it, and as I mentioned, there's probably gonna be a follow-up to this with the story summary thing at some point. So if you guys want to see that, then there's that to look forward to as well. But yeah, I've been really enjoying playing through this and having a commentary, and hopefully I can receive some feedback from you guys in regards to how I'm making this content, so that if I do this kind of thing in the future, like I really wanted to do something like the Bahamut quest line, for example, or yeah, probably Bahamut would be the most, like the next logical follow-up, because I love that series of quests. Possibly also Eden whenever it finishes. But yeah, it's been a blast, but this has been all. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you around. Yahoo!